To get us started tonight, we can just, a real general question. Y'all can each go and just share a couple of your favorite memories from Sneak Peek over the last few years.
Okay. Oh, I can start. This is the first one that came to mind. Sorry, guys. Give me the mic, please. Obviously, everyone knows I was going to come up here and talk about Timothée Chalamet, but it was last year we were in a writer's meeting, and it was like, I feel like it was before we were all like super close, and we were like shooting off ideas, and I remember Emily Barrett was in the corner, and she was like, what if we did like something on Timothée Chalamet? And me and Kate were like, yes, and we were so excited. So then I don't even think he had like anything crazy going on that week or anything, but they let us do like an entire panel, and we just sat there and talked about like how sexy he is and how much we love him the whole time. And so that was a core memory. And if you're watching this, Timothy, I'll drop my number in the comments section of the YouTube later.
Perfect. That's great. That's a great plan. Yes, talking about Timothée Chalamet, I mean, we had so much material to cover, so it was so easy. That was a great memory. I think also the rom-com panel, that was really fun. We are big into rom-coms, so we were just talking about our favorite ones. And the Halloween episode, too, last year, where we were all dressed, I was hosting, I think, and dressed as Mary Poppins. That stuck out. And then I think just a bonding memory, the Oscars party last year was super fun. I don't know. Every time that we get to just hang out and bond as a collective is the best. So
yeah, there's a lot of like good memories. The one that comes to mind is the I can't even remember when it was. It was the end of last academic year. We filmed the Slacker segment, and that was really fun. It was fun.
That's great. Shout out Berg.
I think my favorite memory was Grace and I had just gotten super close, and we were doing the 24/7 episode last year. And we got to host the Pixar bracket, and it was so much fun, and I felt like Grace and I especially just like got a lot closer, and then also like with other people in Sneak Peek, like I just learned a lot about other people because I hadn't ever done, like, I think that was like one of the first brackets that I had been on, and so like seeing all of the people like argue and stuff was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, those are obviously some wonderful memories. I think one of the cool things we get to do at Sneak Peek is be a part of so many festivals like AFF and South by, and I know y'all have done some red carpet, so talk about some of your favorite carpet moments.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought this up because I was actually, when I said my favorite memory, I was like, oh, this is another favorite memory. But last year at South by, me and Claire, if you're actually watching this, love you.
Shout out Gina.
Claire and I were doing a red carpet. It was before Claire and I were really close. This was like a trauma bonding, well, not even traumatic. This was like a love bonding experience for us. We were interviewing, and Gabe from The Office was on the red carpet, and Claire and I both were like, Gabe is kind of sexy. And so we like turned to each other on the carpet and we were like, what the beep? So it was like a really fun time because obviously, and then Gabe was like the best person I've ever interviewed. He was so nice. He was asking Claire and I questions about ourselves. And so it really like took the pressure off of us, but it was also just like a really fun time. And so, yeah, it was like we got a lot closer and we met sexy Gabe. So it was a win-win-win.
Incredible.
I'm sure it was a win for Gabe too. So that was probably my best moment.
Well, I have not done any carpets, but I will say some of my favorite episodes have been where we've recapped like all the interviews, and you guys are just very eloquent and calm in the presence of these celebrities, which I would not be. So slay, guys.
I think my favorite like South by experience in particular was the one that me and Kelsey did for Love and Death, because the director is from the same area of Texas that we're from, and so it was really cool to like be able to point out, hey, you're from this area, we're from this area, and she knows exactly what we were talking about. Cool. And she was just really, really cool. So I think that was my favorite moment.
Yeah, she's also the president of the DGA, which is also super cool. But yeah, that red carpet was definitely like super awesome, and I loved it. My favorite carpet was the Anne Hathaway one last year. What was it called? We crashed. I watched that show, so I didn't forget the name, I promise. But I just remember, like, it was, like, my third or fourth red carpet, I think. And I remember Anne Hathaway started walking down the carpet, and I turned to Angelina, and I was like, I forgot all of my questions. And it was just so much fun, because I think Angelina and I got, like, super close during that red carpet, too.
I mean, speaking of sexy men, there's another one on that carpet. Mr.
Yeah, Jared Leto. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, yeah. Always a shout out for Jared Leto, any chance I get. So I think another question I had for y'all was, one thing we love to do at Sneak Peek is we love to just foster an environment where you can learn and like we grow together. And so what's one lesson or thing that you've learned during your time at Sneak Peek that you're going to take out of this experience?
Whoa. I think about that. That's deep. Yeah, that is deep. I don't know. That's such a good question. I feel like I've learned a lot about like myself and also just like a lot about the industry in general. Because when I first joined Sneak Peek, it was like when I was first joining RTF2, and so I like literally knew nothing. I was just like a STEM girly, and then I joined this, and I feel like it like showed me a lot more about the entertainment industry and taught me a lot about like what I like and dislike. And I think like I mean, you made a joke of it, like, oh, I'm Jimmy Fallon's best friend, but, like, I definitely would have never gotten to, like, Tonight Show or, like, do any of the cool stuff that I got to do in college without Sneak Peek, and so I think I learned a lot about the industry. And I learned more here than in, like, any of my classes in RTF. So, yes. So, I love RTF, but I definitely learned a lot more here.
Yeah, that's a hard-hitting question. I guess, yeah, I've learned a lot about myself. I've definitely learned a lot. I've learned that, just me personally, I always want to surround myself with really creative people, and because I'm not an RTF major, like, it's just been really cool to get to learn more about the industry and surround myself with people who want to do this for a living. I'll just be at a boring desk job. However, yeah, I mean, I'm a dancer, and just throughout all my life, I've loved surrounding myself with people that value creativity, and yeah, that's been a really cool lesson.
I don't even know what lessons. This is such a hard question. But yeah, I guess like y'all, everything I know about production I've learned from Sneak Peek. Not to like say anything bad about like UT RTF classes, but Sneak Peek gives you more of an opportunity to get hands-on earlier, and I think that was really, really helpful for a lot of people. But yeah, I wouldn't know half as much as I do now if it weren't for Sneak Peek. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with everything that everyone said. I joined Sneak Peek when I was a Human Dimensions of Organizations major, and I applied to journalism, and I didn't get in, and I was like, oh my god, it's the end of the world. But I had joined Sneak Peek like right around the same time, and so I started talking to a lot of people, and I was like, oh, you know, RTF like might be for me, and I applied and I got in. But I've just like learned so much through Sneak Peek and just about myself and everything, and so like it's just been a great experience.
Well, I speak on behalf of everybody here that we're going to miss y'all a whole lot, and we love y'all, and y'all have made the show so much better for y'all having been there. So let's one more round of applause for these seniors.
Thanks, guys.